Weistek and today I will be representing the Weistek L6 2021, the new world of 3D printing. Today is November 21st, Monday. So what is the Weistek L6, you might ask? The Weistek L6 is a next-gen 2K LCD 3D printer. It is an innovator in the 3D printing world, providing you a chance to get a 3D printer at also an affordable price. It comes at an MSRP of $299, or you could have got it as low as $179 if you were one of the early adopters. So it was also set to deliver in December 2021 and has raised nearly $70,000 through fundraisers like Indiegogo and Kickstarter, and is also an environmentally friendly product which we need going forward. So who's Weistek? Who's the company? Weistek L6 was created by the company Shenzhen Weistek Company, which is a Hong Kong-based company mainly focusing on 3D printing and 3D printing products. Weistek was founded in 2011 and is an innovator in the 3D printing world. As you can see at the bottom right, that is the Hong Kong office. They also have offices in Denmark and many other places. So the mission statement and the value proposition. What is Weistek's mission statement, you might ask? Weistek is committed to assisting everyone in realizing their individuality and continue to release uniqueness in order to create a beautiful and colorful world. Through the creation of high-speed 3D printing as well as slicing software, Weistek is on the right road to accomplish their mission. Weistek sees themselves as a leader in the 3D printing industry in the future. Weistek is well on their way with many backers and supporters throughout the world, as y'all saw with the fundraisers with Indiegogo and Kickstarter. Weistek is committed to continue to innovate and prosper the 3D printing world, whether that is through new, affordable products or through new, innovative software. Situation analysis. The 3D printing world, as most y'all know, it's not much, it's hidden basically from the general public. Most people, if you ask someone, have you heard of a 3D printer, they're going to say yes. But when you tell them more about them, they're going to be shied away about the ridiculous prices and the confusing software you have to be able to use to understand 3D printing. So the average price of a 3D printer is around $1,000 and can go up to $20,000 and up for high-end 3D printers. The software for 3D printers is also an issue. 3D printing is not easy to use for the average consumer. It will take someone a long time to get comfortable with their machine and understand the software. You also need to spend a hefty fee on the software to be able to use the machine. With the Weistek L6, Weistek aims to penetrate the average consumer market and provide affordable 3D printing with cheaper software to everybody's homes and easier to use software. Situation analysis. The 3D printing world has a bright future. Some of the trends we saw is that the market grew by 21% in 2020 despite the COVID-19 pandemic. Many companies have also picked up 3D printing and have shifted from using it from prototyping to using it in manufacturing. This brings a great opportunity for Weistek because when people are more familiar with 3D printing, they're more likely to purchase a 3D printer. And the more companies start using 3D printer, the more they are a part of our everyday lives. Many other companies like Comgrove and Elegoo also aim to provide a cheaper alternative 3D printer like Weistek does. These market threats cannot be ignored, and Weistek aims to separate themselves from these companies by continuing to innovate the 3D printing world and fix the issues present within these printers. So Weistek can separate themselves and basically topple over the competition if they do these things correct. The situation, so this graph right here shows you, as you can see, in 2019 the market was valued at $10.4 billion, and in 2020 jumped by 21% to $12.6 billion despite the COVID-19 pandemic. It is also projected to be at $20.2 billion in 2023. So the customer discovery, insights obtained from the customer discovery. People have, so when I talk to people, what I got from them is basically that people have heard about 3D printing, but are not very familiar with it. Also, the average price for a 3D printer, $1,000, is way too much for the average consumer. people are not very tech savvy, so they do not know how to code or use 3D modeling software. So that issue needs to be fixed too. And people will drop $200 to $300 on a 3D printer if they interest them and they know the features and what can a 3D printer do. The people I talked to from Recovery Discovery were mainly college students and some family members. The main insights I learned when talking to these people, they did not know much about 3D printing, like I said earlier. Also, the average price of a 3D printer is way too much for them, so that is out of the question. $1,000, average consumer is not going to drop $1,000 on a first 3D printer. Most people agree that $200 to $300 is a fair price when I explain to them the features of what a 3D printer can do. Also, the people I talked to did not know how to operate high-end software, so a high-end 3D printer would be out of the question disregarding its price anyways. Opportunity. So the objectives. The objective for this marketing project is I would like Weistek to obtain at least 5% of the market sales by the end of 2023. So 2019, as y'all can see, the market was valued at jumped to 12.6 billion in 2020. This is expanded by 21% compared to 2019. So if we follow these trends, we can assume that the market is going to be valued at 20 billion in 2023. So if Weistek focuses assets into the market and goes public, I would say 1 billion market value by 2023 would be very realistic. And also another objective is to make 3D printing more known and readily available in our everyday electronic stores by 2023. For example, your everyday electronic stores, Best Buy, Walmart, Target, Staplers, all these stores, 3D printers need to be readily available there. You can buy a 3D printer online any day, but it's harder for you to find them in your local stores. If Weistek and companies alike expand the 3D printing market, companies will have no choice but to provide 3D printers at their everyday stores. And we can start seeing these, I believe, by early 2023. The target market for 3D printing right now is very narrow. There's going to be engineers, tech-savvy people, and people who basically know a lot about technology. So the goal right now is to expand this target market from these people, tech-savvy people, to your everyday consumer like me, you know, everyday people. Since regular consumers is much broader target market than tech-savvy people, it's going to be harder to accomplish. But if we do accomplish this, the market sales are going to soar through the roof when this market is penetrated. The target market I'm also aiming for is not only the general public, but also companies. The trends we saw in 2020 is more companies are adopting 3D printing for manufacturing as opposed to adopting 3D printing for prototyping. So that means they're going to need a lot more 3D printers and a lot more sales. So if we could, Weistek could focus on providing cheap and reliable 3D printers to the general public, and also at the same time try to focus on providing high-end, reliable 3D printers for manufacturing, I believe 3D printing will be part of our everyday lives, much like regular printing, and Weistek is going to soar through the roof with market sales. So this is the marketing mix right here. We have the product. Weistek has a broad product mix ranging from 3D filament, 3D printers for toys, for kids, and I believe Weistek should expand on this product mix with providing high-end 3D printers for manufacturers, focus more on high-end 3D printers and more on low to mid-range 3D printers that also offer more for enthusiasts. So mid-range 3D printer would also be a nice option. The price. Currently on the Weistek website, you have to ask a quote to get the product price. I believe the company should move on from this and post the prices. This practice is very shady, and if the company moves on from this, it's going to give more trust in people interested in buying the product and move away from these shady practices. If Weistek reaches for a promotion, so if Weistek, I believe if Weistek reaches our local stores, I believe seasonal sales like Black Friday, Christmas sales, Thanksgiving sales, most people, this is the time when people spend a lot on technology basically. So if we integrate these and also try to integrate social media influencers to get the word out and spread the value proposition of 3D printing, I believe promotion will be very successful. The goal of Weistek is to get his products to local electronic stores. So for the place, I believe this removes the hassle of the shipping individually, and also a hassle putting the product together because it will be pre-made. So shipping will be a big issue for Weistek because it's a company based out of China, 30-day shipping. There's a lot of issues going on. So if we get the product to local stores, I believe people can just take the product home without pre-built, without having to put it together, and this would be very good. These are my references right here, and thank you so much. If you have any questions or concerns, you can email me at alkarat@ttu.edu, and I hope you have a great day.